Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my Oauth login with Discord series. In the last episode we managed to get the access token from Discord. In today's episode we're going to be trading that access token for a user object. So the first thing we want to do, by the way, the user object will allow us to get attributes such as the person's name, and their another code that will allow us to get their user avatar. So if you go to the link in the description, which is discord/developers/docs topics Oauth2, you'll see that there's this Oauth2 scopes thing. So this is sort of the different things that you can get using this access token, depending on the scope that you specified in this page, like here. So what we want is users. So and we want it without email because we didn't ask for email. We just want use the identify scope. So we click on this. So you see it says get current user. So for Oauth2 this requires the identify scope. So we've used that, as you can see it here. So it says identify. So we have that, and it's a get request. And for all of these, you want to have it including a header with the authorization code. So you'll see what that looks like in a minute. So what we're going to do in our Python is we're going to make another static method. So at static method def get user JSON, and as a parameter we're going to have the access token. Right. So first thing we want to do is we want to make we want to get the actual URL that we're going to send this to. So the URL, the base URL for all of these things is https:/discordapp.com/API. So I guess I'll leave that in the description. You can just copy and paste it in here. So that's the Discord API URL. So we want to make the URL that will redirect us so we can get the actual user JSON. So I'm just going to say URL is equal to Oauth dot and it's going to be Discord API URL plus, and then this bit here, so /users/@me. Right, so we have the URL. Now we need the headers. So we're going to say headers is equal to, and make a dictionary, and it's going to be authorization, like that, and that's going to be bearer space, and then we're going to put in the access token. So I'm just going to do it by doing .format like that. So easy. There we go. Format, and then putting in the access token there. So that's just going to put the access token in this parentheses, this bearer space access token. Right. So we've got the URL and we've got the headers, and now we can just make the get request. So I'm going to say user JSON is equal to requests dot get URL is equal to URL, and then headers is equal to headers, like that. So now we've got our but this is just going to be text, so we need to actually convert it to a JSON object. So we're just going to say user JSON. Sorry, no, we're going to rename this to user object, and then this one's going to be called user JSON. So user JSON is equal to user object dot JSON. Right. Now, if we scroll up a little bit in this, you'll see that this is kind of a so here we go. So these are all this is the user object, and these are all the different things that we can get from the from the user object, and this is saying depending on what scope you have or what scopes you've asked for, it will give you this information or not. So most of it you can see is underneath identify, which we have asked for access to. These two ones, verified and email, also require the email scope, which we don't have, so we won't get those. So we'll get these ones though. So we'll get the username, say. So we'll just quickly return this. So return user JSON, like that, and that function should be all fine. Now in our main login page, so we have the access token here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say user JSON is equal to Oauth.get user JSON, and the parameters we're going to have the access token. Great. So now let's just, for a test purpose, just to show it's working, we're just going to say return, or actually what we can do is we can say username is equal to user JSON dot get, and then we want the parameter, so it's just going to be username as a parameter, username, like that, and then we just want to return that username, so return username, and this should just print out my username. Okay, so let's go to the website. It'll redirect us to this. We click authorize, and there we go, my name, Sexy Beast. So I think that's probably the basics. Next episode I'll just go over how to get the avatar URL, you know, for the picture. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the basics of what to do. You know, so we could get other information. We could even get the hash. That's actually a keyword, so we'll call it user hash is equal to user JSON dot get, and then if we go back to this, we can see it's called discriminator, the 4-digit tag. So discriminator, and then we can say username plus user plus hash. Just make it look a little bit like it's in Discord, plus, you know, hash plus user hash. And if we run this again, it'll run. Yep, there we go. If we run this again, log in, there we go, Sexy Beast hash this. So anyway, that'll be all for this episode. Let me know if you want next episode. I mean, I can go over other things, but this is sort of the basic flow of how to get different bits of information. So anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, that's all.